Welcome to the review of the iPhone 11 Pro Max, and let me tell you if you should use this smartphone in 2023. Hi, my name is Isaac. I'm a content creator and filmmaker, and on this channel I create tech videos such as smartphone reviews, camera reviews, microphone reviews, and much more. So if you like my content, please make sure to subscribe. Firstly, the iPhone 11 Pro Max was released on 2019. It is a bit old, but it's not that old. The screen of the iPhone 11 Pro Max is a 6.5-inch Super Retina XDR display, which is pretty stunning in my opinion, and it's not that big of a difference compared to the iPhone 14 Pro. It has a triple camera setup, which is three 12-megapixel cameras, the normal camera, the telephoto camera, and the ultra-wide camera. It has a 4x optical zoom, which compared to the iPhone 14 Pro, which has a 6x optical zoom. The iPhone 11 Pro Max has an A13 Bionic Chip inside, and for reference, the 14 Pro has an A16 Bionic Chip inside. The CPU and GPU are pretty much the same. The iPhone 11 Pro Max has a 6-core CPU and a 4-core GPU, while the 14 Pro has a 6-core CPU and a 5-core GPU. The iPhone 11 Pro Max also has an 8-core neural engine, and it doesn't support MagSafe, and it also doesn't support 5G. Okay, now let's dive into more in-depth review of the iPhone 11 Pro Max's camera. For the camera, I really like iPhone 11 Pro Max's camera flat design, as when you put it on a table it won't just go topple around, unlike the iPhone 14 Pro, which when you put it on a table and when you press on it, it really rocks back and forth. Also, the camera is hilariously small for today's standards, but back in the day, it's a really good camera setup already. The iPhone 11 Pro Max takes 4K 60 videos, and it also takes 12-megapixel stills. In my opinion, I don't see a huge difference between the iPhone 14 Pro and the iPhone 11 Pro Max, so it's clearly still a usable camera in the market right now. The front camera doesn't really have autofocus unlike the 14 Pro, but it's not a huge issue for me. Okay, let's talk about the notch. Everybody knows that the iPhone 14 Pro and the Pro Max now has a new feature called the Dynamic Island, which is really impressive how Apple could turn a downside into a feature. The iPhone 11 Pro Max still has the boring old notched design. The notch, in my opinion, is really iconic now, as the iPhone X2 uses the notch design, so when everybody just sees the notch, they instantly know that you have an iPhone. Oh, hello! Could you just spare me one moment to quickly tell you about Storyblocks? Storyblocks is a fantastic stock footage gallery used and trusted by loads of content creators. With their unlimited all-access plan, you can quickly try out different stock footages and find the one that you need and put it into your video project. All the clips that you download with its individual license, you can use it for video clients, for your own channel, for your Instagram, and whatever platform you want. Also, did you know that Storyblocks made a new plugin for Premiere Pro that now you can search for stock footages and download them straight to your computer without even opening Safari or Google Chrome? The new Storyblocks plugin allows you to stay in Premiere Pro the whole editing process, and you can find stock footages, music, audio, stock images, or whatever straight in Premiere Pro. So, go to storyblocks.com, Isaac, or check out the first link in the description below to check out Storyblocks. Now, back to the video. The third thing that I want to talk about is the build, design, and quality of the iPhone 11 Pro Max. It's still really high quality, and I really like the matte back glass that Apple used till now. Also, the glass back then was really the strongest in the market, but compared to now, it's like really fragile. In my opinion, the iPhone 11 Pro Max is still very durable, and one thing that I like is the rounded corners of the iPhone 11. Any smartphone model above the iPhone 11 uses the square edges design, which I kind of don't like, and I like the rounded edges more. Now we talked about the build quality, camera, notch, and much more. Let's talk about the screen. The iPhone 11 Pro Max's peak brightness is only 800 nits, which is bright, but not as bright as the iPhone 14's peak brightness, which is 1000 nits. And that is without HDR, and with HDR you can get to a whopping 100 nits for the iPhone 14 Pro, which is super bright outdoors. Also, the iPhone 14 Pro has a always on display feature, which when you sleep your iPhone, it actually dims your iPhone screen and turns the display's refresh rate into 1 Hz, which is really impressive. Right, now let's talk about the use case of the iPhone 11 Pro Max. The iPhone 11 Pro Max can easily last you if you're a casual user like me and you're not looking for intensive processor stuff like high-end gaming or stuff on the go, and if you just want to casually scroll through Instagram and YouTube, this is kind of the phone for you, as it's not as expensive as the iPhone 14 Pro Max, which is really expensive right now, but you could get it for a cheaper option on refurbished. But if you're craving for features like a better performance or a top-of-the-line camera, I'll suggest you look for other phones like the iPhone 14 Pro Max, as it's more expensive and it has higher technology than when the iPhone 11 Pro Max was released. The iPhone 11 Pro Max is a really good deal in 2023 if you're only a casual user and you don't crave for the better performance or a better camera, but you're a casual smartphone user, and on refurbished market or used market you could get an iPhone 11 Pro Max for a really good price. So this is my review of the iPhone 11 Pro Max. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you enjoyed, please hit the like button, and if you want to see me review the M1 iMac, click the video right here and subscribe right here. It's Isaac from Isaac Productions, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.